but he's kind of been there. And that ball goes out. It'll be a throw as Luis De Jesus will take it. Oh, now he's leaving it for Hernandez. Christian, who formerly played at Holy Family. Sal Ficarata on the short throw. Atlantic City back on the attack. Well, one thing Cleary, number 5 with the ball, does, he just does a tremendous job of spreading the field. Webb. Hudak on the run, just wide. And they're calling a corner kick on that. That was an outstanding play by Wokacha that time as the pressure continues for Atlantic City. It'll be Cahill on the corner. Will they go short as they did again? Yeah, as they did last time? Yes, they do. Forsyth, back to Cahill. Cahill inside, cleared away Hernandez. Forsyth, who scored twice against Lighthouse in the opener. Bradshaw again on a rebound. And that ball went off Hernandez, so that'll be another corner kick, right? That's what. Now they're walking back as if it's going to be a goal kick. I thought I saw one of the officials point to the corner, but nope, it'll be a goal kick with Hernandez. How about that head ball by Cahill that time? You know, that's a hard ball to do because a lot of times when you're in the back like that, you interfere. He was able to win that ball from behind and not interfere. Sal Ficarado over to Kona. And it'll be Atlantic City. Well, early on, for a team that lost 7-1 in Atlantic City's opener to the Aces, this Lighthouse team has obviously been playing better. Nick Campbell, who's the assistant coach but who's coaching tonight, said the team was encouraged on its last game. Oh, there's McNamee. He got the feed that time by Cahill on the cross. Gongay with the catch. Well, one thing we've noticed early on is Gongay pretty quick coming off his line. This will be the first time we see him punt the ball. Forsyth wins that one easily. Good back pass by Bradshaw. And they'll bring it up from the back. Webb, the former Kingsway Dragon. Wokacha, so dangerous going down the flank. That one's blocked by Kona. Boy, Kona, number 12, has made some really big defensive plays here early on for Lighthouse. And now Webb is going in for that head ball, so let's see if Wokacha goes for number 22. He's got the long throw. And he did. He was going for Webb, but it went too far. Hudak on the turn. Goal kick Lighthouse. Well, this has been good action early on here. We're now in the 17th minute of a scoreless game. When Lighthouse scored its goal against Atlantic City, it was an own goal. Ficarado. Oh, excellent play by Cahill, who took it away. from one of the most dangerous offensive players on this team. By the way, we said Sal has 3 goals. Henry Gamez with 2. Gamez not here tonight. Evans. Look at the pressure by Atlantic City. It'll be Kona on the far side to throw for Lighthouse. You know, Martinez is wanting to play up top, but he's got to come back to get the ball because it's been too hard to get it to him. Here's Wakacha. Cahill. McNamee on the cross. Excellent head that time. And that ball goes out and it'll be a corner kick. Stephen Warren made the block. Chekanekio on a shot there. Now the officials are conferring. So it'll be a goal kick for Lighthouse. Cahill still thought it was going to be a corner. Gange. Actually, that must have been an offside because that was not taken from the 6. Evans, lot of pressure. Lot of pressure. Hudak's right on him. That's a good job that time by Kona as he went to the ball. Bradshaw hasn't had a lot of touches, but he's been very efficient what he's done. He hasn't held the ball very long. 28 is a tremendous distributor. Played for Concord Division II in West Virginia. Cahill. Well, it's been one touch for Atlantic City. Webb now from the right side. Hudak. Chekanekio. Making the run. And right there is cutting off that angle that time was Aboya Gange. That's textbook if you're watching keeper play, how to play the angle. Here comes Forsyth. Gonzalez. Hudak. Winds up. Hernandez on the block. That's an excellent turn that time by Kona. He's number 12 has played a big game so far for this Lighthouse team. Forsyth, one-on-one. McNamee. Ficarata trying to get that ball out of there. Cahill keeps it in. Wakacha. Uche with the shot over the goal. Goal kick. 22nd minute. We're still scoreless. But Atlantic City FC has put on a ton of pressure. Kind of reminds me of that second game of the year, that scoreless draw against Kensington at Holy Family College. I thought Atlantic City got the better of the territorial play. They didn't quite have this many chances. Maddock finally got a touch. Here comes Bradshaw. McNamee. Cahill. Cahill on the cut. Cahill shot. And that'll be a corner. One thing I like about the keeper, Aboya Gange, he's really playing the angles. He had that short side covered that time. And here comes the corner kick. Ryan Cleary coming up. You got to watch number 5. Very good in the air. That one to the back post. And Gange right there making the catch. Forsyth was right there. Atlantic City does a really good job on corner kicks. They send a lot of their guys from the back. Forsyth, Cleary. Again, pressure. Renzulli back to his keeper. Boy, Hudak, McNamee, and Wokacha have just made it hard for Lighthouse to get it out of its own defensive zone. Bradshaw with the one touch. Hudak blocked by Hernandez. Gonzalez fakes it, buys himself some time, and shoots it over the goal. Well, you love that move by Gonzalez. A product of Atlantic Institute of Technology, a rising junior at Ryder. Look at Wokacha. Brings that ball down on the chest trap. Cahill. And that ball goes, it's an errant ball, but picked up by Gange. That's Joe Ficarata. And they're going to say that McNamee was pushing there, so it'll be a free kick for Lighthouse. Sal Ficarata looks like he's looking toward that left wing that he's looking to pass to. We'll see. And that's exactly where he was going, although it went more toward the middle of the field. Cleary on the head ball. Here comes Bradshaw. Cahill with the little bit chip right there. And we had another offside. They called that McNamee was behind the defense. Warren. And that was Gonzalez that time on the strip. Look at Bradshaw. He just gets rid of the ball right away, finds an open player. Very efficient. Hudak with Sal Ficarata. And he kicks it out for the throw. Well, Conch is their best throw in person, but he was all the way on the other side, so it looks like Forsyth that's going to take him out. Now they're calling it a corner. They go short once again. Forsyth, you know the accuracy he has to Cahill. They had the flag up. Yep, they had the offside flag up from the far side that time. So Atlantic City has done a really nice job working the ball in, but there have been several offside calls. Here's Hernandez. He was looking for Joe Ficarata, Sal's brother. Joe, 34, recent grad at Gwinnett Mercy, and Atlantic City's done a nice job preventing him from really doing much in the early going. What Lighthouse has done is they've dropped 14 Martinez back Nicholas Romas looks like he's playing the number 9 position up top. Gonzalez. Back heel, Hudak. McNamee tried the back heel. Gonzalez. Shot. Score. So Gonzalez scoring in the 28th minute, and Atlantic City leading 1-0. Well, Gonzalez has done yeoman work so far, so it's only appropriate that he gets rewarded. And that is his first of the season. There's Martinez. As we said, he started
for Atlantic City,
up top.
number 21, Daniel Gonzalez.
Blocked by Webb that time. That was probably one of the best possessions that we've seen from Lighthouse. Able to put several passes together. Here comes Cahill. Atlantic City has been feasting on this left side. McNamee and Cahill. Cahill now goes more toward the middle. There's Cleary. Atlantic City still with control. Wokacha inside. Sliding save that time. And it'll be Lighthouse ball. Looked like it was a handball on Atlantic City. So Christian Hernandez is taking a lot of the free kicks from the back there. Cahill. Cleary moving up. Gonzalez, the goal scorer. Switches sides. Hudak offside. If you're Atlantic City, the one kind of flaw in this first half have been the several offside calls. But on the positive side, Atlantic City's been putting on a ton of pressure. Here's Bradshaw. Wokacha, one touch to Gonzalez. McNamee with a great pass by Wokacha. McNamee wide, just wide. Boy, Uche Wokacha, who had a goal and an assist in last Friday's win in Delaware at First State, the 3-0 win, has strung together several outstanding passes here in the first half. Cleary, looks like he's coming up a little bit more from his center back position. Cleary now, on the cross, shot blocked. McNamee on the block that time. And we have a player down. It looks like it's Warren. Stephen Warren on the block, alumnus of Perkiomen Valley High School, and then just finished his career at Arcadia. Romas putting on the pressure. Maddock with a nice bit of footwork there by the keeper. He had Romas on him and had to fake him out a little bit. If you're watching, you young players, if you're watching how Atlantic City's playing, notice how out from the back, it's been one touch. And a pass. The players, Cleary, Forsyth, Webb, they haven't been holding the ball. Here comes Cahill. How many runs has he made? Cahill, blocked by Hernandez that time. Cahill, he's going to look to try to turn the corner, I think. He's got Bradshaw there, and now he goes back. Forsyth. Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the shot! Score! What a rifle that was from about 25 yards in the 34th minute. And Atlantic City now leads it 2-0. So Daniel Gonzalez, who hails from Egg Harbor Township, as we said, attended high school.
For ace Daniel Gonzalez, second goal.
Atlantic City Institute of Technology. It's interesting because Atlantic City had been working the ball so well, but sometimes maybe making one pass too many. That time Gonzalez just let it rip. And there he is again with the ball. Forsyth has done a fine job carrying. He's looking for Wokacha. Slide tackle that time by Stephen Warren. Still, it'll be a throw. Now, Wokacha can make this long throw. This could almost be like a corner kick. Webb is going inside. You notice Forsyth making a run as well. He was going for Webb and Kona on the head ball. Gonzalez. Bradshaw did a good job. He let that ball go to Cleary instead of stopping the flow of it. Boy, Bradshaw, just a real heady player, 28. Chakanekio. Wokacha. Hudak, score!
Goal for number 7, Fisher Hudak.
So Hudak makes it 3-0 in the 36th minute.
Aces 3, Lighthouse, SC 0. Folks, just a reminder, we got pizza, Skittles, candy bars, Sprite, Coke.
It's interesting because,
merchandise.
for the longest while, Lighthouse was holding on, but then Gonzalez scored in the 28th minute, again in the 34th, and now Hudak in the 36th. Ficarata tried to one-touch it that time in an excellent defensive play by Forsyth. Atlantic City on the throw. McNamee kept it in. Hudak. Webb has looked really strong in this starting assignment. Gonzalez. Chacanecchio. Inside, Warren on the block. Wilcox still with it. And scores.
Goal for Atlantic City, Uche Wakocha.
So Wokacha gets his second of the year and second in 2 games. And it's 4-0. And after a game that was tight early on, this one's starting to resemble the Aces opener with that 7-1 win over this Kensington team. Chacanecchio kept that ball in. Gonzalez, look at the body position that he used to get that possession. Yep, that's a foul. That's going to go the other way. It's going to be a free kick for Lighthouse. Well, one thing they've not been able to do is get number 35 for Lighthouse, Sal Ficarata, in any kind of free space. Atlantic City's marking has been airtight. Webb on the header. Well, that was a nice move, but then stolen away by McNamee. Gonzalez, look at him. Has Warren to beat. Warren got his foot on it. Hudak on the cross. Cahill. Play on. McNamee taken down. And we're getting ready for a PK.
For Atlantic City FC.
And Gonzalez, who's going for the hat trick on the penalty kick. What a save by Gongay that time! That ball was ticketed to the left corner, and Gongay with the save. Oh, wait. We're going to do this over. They're saying he came off the line too quickly. Oh, man, what a save. Maybe that was why. But here comes Gonzalez again. And he scores and gets the hat trick.
Goal from Atlantic City, Daniel Gonzalez.
So Gonzalez in the 41st minute. I think someone threw a hat on the field for the hat trick. So it's 5-0 Atlantic City.
See if this helps.
And obviously this will be a game where Coach Andrew Catalana will be able to go deep to his bench. Lighthouse bringing just 15 players here today. That ball goes out. Joe Ficarata on the throw-in to his brother. And Sal tried to head it back. It looks like Lighthouse now is bringing Hernandez, who started the game as a center back. It looks like he's playing up top try to take advantage of not only his ball skills, but the way he can win balls in the air. Boy, Bradshaw and Gonzalez have just worked so well together. Wilcox as well. Webb on the long pass, and he's offside. Forsythe. There's Southwick Arata. Trying a little give and go, but again, Cahill right there on the steal. By the way, Umar Barry, number 8, into the game for Lighthouse. Yep, so this is the tactical move. You see 36 chasing the ball there. He's up top now. Chekanekio. Hey, he's made some dangerous runs down that flank, hasn't he? That's a good play by Kona. Sal Ficarata now. Ficarata starting to turn on the Jets. Oh, good back pass that time by Hernandez. Joe Ficarata now. This is one of the better possessions that we've seen from Lighthouse. Joe Ficarata working, has Wilcox to beat. He's trying to make that turn. And he'll have the throw on the far side. Ball crossed in and hit away by Cahill. You know, Cahill has not only been making the great runs down the flank. I mean, he's come back defensively and done a great job as well. McNamee on the steal. He's got Hoot up. Looking for him, but the pass a little bit too far. Gangay there with the ball. Jacob Evans. Look at the pressure by Atlantic City. I think one of the keys in this first half is Lighthouse has not been able to get the ball out of its own defensive zone. There's Hernandez, but stolen by Cleary. Bradshaw, look at the move by Bradshaw. Oh man, what a move by 28. Here comes Cleary, open on that left flank. Cleary walking in. Cleary, and Cahill one-times it in from Cleary. And it's 6-0 as we're in stoppage time. So James Cahill.
Goal for Atlantic City, number 5, Ryan Cleary.
They announced Cleary. I'm pretty sure that was Cahill. We'll check it out at halftime.
Sorry, scratch that. James Cahill, number 12, with the goal.
Well, they did change it. So there it is. And that's the half. So just an absolute dominating performance by Atlantic City after a little bit of a rough start. But once the Aces got their momentum, starting out with Gonzalez's goal in the 28th minute. They've been on fire ever since. Gonzalez with 3 first-half goals. Word intermission. It's Atlantic City 6 and Lighthouse nothing. So you're doing the next game too? Yeah. Oh, you're for the rest of them? Yeah. Okay. How's little baby doing? He's doing good. Yeah. Oh, get out. How old is he? Looks like a healthy little guy. Yeah, he's doing good. Good looking guy. Doing well. Strong, big, he's eating. That's awesome. Had a full day with his aunt and his family. Delaware. Doing good, bro. Keep growing, healthy. Doesn't matter. That's all. What's his name? Evan. Evan. Gotta keep it there. I wouldn't be able to discipline a kid like that. I'd be an awful parent. It's cute and he knows it. Ah! Problem. That's funny. Like we joke, everyone thinks their child is their baby is cute, right? But like Evan is like objective. Yeah. Oh, that is so fast. October 8th. October 7th. How's Liz doing? She's good. Yeah. She actually was doing the first state stream, so that's what she is. Right. Oh, you guys are doing first state? Yeah. Oh, okay. So you did the Liz actually did that one. Okay. Now it's been something else. Yeah. So you guys, you grow up with yeah, right, yeah. And my sister-in-law is a partner owner in the team, so I'm a minority partner in the team. Oh, okay. Right, no, right. So were you running the clock? I was, yeah. Oh, he started it from the start of the game, and then I just did everything else. I haven't done any like penalties or any of that. I just scoring clock. No. And I'm winning the one on my tank as well. There should have been so much more stoppage time. Those rests were time. Yeah. They were I think they had pity. Yeah.
It's very expensive and classy, just so you know.
stuff, in-house things. I looked into it.
The question everyone's thinking but never said out loud. That's a good question.
First State, do they play a lot of the games on Fridays? A lot of Saturdays and a couple during the week. The one last week was Friday. Yeah, but usually the Saturday games. Okay. But they, specifically, they front load their home games. Like this is their last home game today.
Okay, now.
And then this is their second, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they really good shot to get this photo.
Yeah, they actually look good.
They're in an easier position.
Not in the same.
Well, they're all in the same position. They're all in the same conference, but they have two
I just hit stop. I was like, go back and do like start. We'll just go again.
Yeah.
And, like reset to 0 on it.
No, I'll go. Let me go.
Never watched the colors of those melting together.
Tommy, are we able to open up the bathrooms or no? The bathrooms should already be open.
They're not.
They're not?
No.
I'm just saying. This is beautiful. It's like I was graduation after I did this, and it was just so lovely. Yeah. I was so afraid that we were gonna like die from heat. I took waters in the freezer, and I brought like a whole bag of water. I was worried about it. Side-eye? Oh my god.
Well, we're getting ready for second half action here. It's been all Atlantic City in the first 45 minutes as the Aces lead it by a score of 6-0. Mark Narducci, glad to be bringing you tonight's action from Stockton University. The second home game of the season for the Aces. You know, it's interesting. It was a scoreless game until Gonzalez scored the first of his 3 goals in the 28th minute. And in about the final 17 minutes of this half, Atlantic City strung together its 6 goals. By the way, I'd like to mention some of the sponsors for Atlantic City FC. ACX1 Studios, an official partner. The Pier at Casinos, now known as ACX1 Studios, is the reimaging of an iconic Atlantic City location with over 150 movie sets, full service, highly equipped staff. ACX1 is the most unique filming location on the East Coast. In addition, it's home to a 3,000-person entertainment arena, a state-of-the-art events venue, and a slew of other attractions coming soon. That's www.acx1films.com. As we get ready for the second half and Atlantic City possession, it looks as if, I don't know if we've seen any substitutions, it looks as if the Aces are using their starters. There's Maddock. By the way, the way the league for clubs, this is the first year of this league. It's got 51 clubs in the first year. Quite an undertaking. As McNamee to Chekanekio. And obviously, if you're Lighthouse, what you want to do is mark a little bit better. Atlantic City was flowing pretty freely there in the first half. But anyway, there's a Northeast Conference that these teams are in. There are 8 teams in the conference, 4 in the Northeast North Division, and 4 in the South. And McNamee almost got his foot on that one to tap it. As it'll be Lighthouse ball. Right now, Kensington, Atlantic City's in the South. Kensington leads it with a 3-2-2 record for 11 points. Now, Atlantic City's second, but has several games, fewer games that they've played. 2-1-1 entering this with 7 points. So if they hold on to win this game, and there's no reason to think they won't, they'll be 10 points and still with 2 games in hand. So Atlantic City's in pretty good position. First State, which Atlantic City beat last week, is 2-3-1 for 7 points. Chekanekio trying to work it, trying to go, and that ball went out. It'll be a goal kick. So to make a long story short, Kensington, if you assume Atlantic City will win tonight, they'll still have played 2 fewer games in Kensington and would only have 1 point less. First State has played 6 games and also has 7 points. So there's no question about this. Atlantic City will control its own destiny. And of course, FC Monmouth leading the Northeast Conference North Division with a 6-0 record. Met Oval is second at 4-1. And FC Monmouth just beat Met Oval by a 3-0 score. Little back pass there, back heel, Gonzalez. And that ball hit wide, but Atlantic City continues to put on the pressure. Corner kick coming. Webb got his head on it. Boy, there was a high kick that time by number 8, Umar Barry.
Folks, if you needed to use the restroom, they're now fully open, both the men's and women's side behind the porta potty. Apologies for that.
And it looks like we're going to have a indirect kick right here by Atlantic City. Of course, they're going to walk off the 10 yards that the wall will have to be. Yep, this will be an indirect kick. It looks like Forsyth over the ball right now. McNamee's open on that right side. Ball blocked, shot again, wide. Forsyth. So it'll be a goal kick. So a dangerous situation that time. Chekanekio on the steal. Warren slows him up. Ball cleared away, but right to Gonzalez. Bradshaw. McNamee hit the crossbar. Oh, what a blast that time by McNamee. He's been all over the place tonight. Well, we see another tactical change by Lighthouse. Remember, they started the game with Christian Hernandez, 36 in the back, and then they were trying to get something to go up top, and they moved Fernandez up top. Well, now Fernandez is back, and Valentino Martinez, number 14, is playing up top. Also, it looks like Sal Ficarrada, who was more in the midfield, is in the first half. That ball kept in there that time. And that was an excellent play by number 8, Umar Barry, for Lighthouse. So it'll be a Lighthouse on the goal kick. Hernandez, he's taking a lot of them tonight. They say the winds could be whipping up to 17 miles per hour here. That was blocked by Joe Ficarrada, but Webb got it back. Boy, the way Atlantic City has been able to bring the ball out from the back line has been a real key tonight. Look at Forsyth, just taking his time. Just put that little deke on Martinez. Little miscommunication that time. And now here comes Lighthouse. Well, Kacha, though, made the defensive play. Anthony Kona was looking to try to move the ball up, but Kacha on the steal. Here's Cleary. Bradshaw, back to Cleary. Look at him, he has 3 men on him and he gets through. How about that move by Cleary? And Warren that time got a piece of it. And here comes Warren on the attack. Joe Ficarrada now to Sal's brother. Sal, formerly of Bloomsburg University. So he said, I think he might be the oldest player on this team at 27 years old. And now the reserves are coming in. It looks like Fisher Hudak's going out. I think Ryan Gale is coming in, the former Triton Mustang, who's entering his senior season at Rowan University. And by the way, Gale usually wears number 34, but he's wearing number 9 tonight. So Ficarrada lining the ball up. I'll tell you what, with the way things are going for Lighthouse, I think you have to go for the goal here. I think he might try to curve it in that near post, and he does exactly that! And he hits the post! Oh, what a shot by Sal! Ficarrada that time, there's no question. Oh, and there's Maddock on the save. Ficarrada did not get all of it that time. Thought he had Maddock out of position, but the ball went out. Zach doing a good job on that save, but there's no doubt about it. Ficarrada was going for the goal, and that was a well-placed shot that he made. There comes Gale. I think if you're Atlantic City, you have to be happy this season that when they bring people who playing up top like Gale off the bench, that they're not only not losing anything, they actually get a spark. Same with Sean Fatiga, who's not available here tonight. Atlantic City still battling. And it'll be a goal kick. Well, the keeper, Boya Gange, has certainly faced an onslaught of shots here tonight. Made some good plays, especially early on. Remember when he was doing a good job in covering the net and making Atlantic City try to squeeze it in the short side when there was really not a lot of room. But again, once the floodgates open, Atlantic City kept the momentum going. Play getting a little physical to the far side. Here's Wokacha, finally gets it. Maddock. Here comes Gonzalez. So already has 3 of them. Gonzalez, oh, with the rip that time. Looked like a banana shot that time. You know, the banana where you put the bouncing ball and you put that top spin on it. Of course, next Saturday, Atlantic City will be in Kingston, New York against Kingston Stockade. That's a team that just beat Lighthouse 4-2. Here's Evans. Lighthouse just trying to string some passes together. Figueroa. Over to his brother, but he's offside. So Sal Figueroa to Joe Figueroa, and Joe was offside on that left flank. Maddock, of course, the goalie with the ball right there for Atlantic City. Had a big year at Ursinus this past season. Started 13 games. He was 7-4-2. 72 saves, second in the Centennial Conference. And there's a shot and score. And we do not have the name of that player. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that was Edwards, but we do not have a number 17 on our list. But he had come in the first waves of subs early in this second half. So it's now 7-0 as Atlantic City in the 60th minute ties its season high in goals. Both times against this Lighthouse team. Here's Warren. Well, that's a tough stick by Webb that time, as it looked like Romas, number 5, had the ball, and Webb with the defensive stick. Really impressive here tonight. There's a chance and a fine defensive play that time by Gonzalez. Wokacha.
Atlantic City ball in the 60th minute was from number 17, Mateo Rodriguez.
Okay, so that is Rodriguez. We had Rodriguez as number 11, so that was Mateo Rodriguez on the goal. So Rodriguez gets on the board. Sometimes these numbers in the league, they change. In fact, Lighthouse told us that they have different numbers every game. We were literally getting their numbers as they were coming to get their uniforms. It's interesting because Rodriguez had been injured with a hamstring. Certainly moving well here tonight. Rodriguez from Frankfurt, Germany, Upper Iowa University. Here's Wokacha. Takes a shot wide. From the 28th minute on, it's been all Atlantic City. Once again with a run, Wokacha going after the ball. And it's going to be the Aces again. Webb, who has a long throw. And he lets it rip. Wokacha just missed the header that time. Shot blocked. Gale. Rodriguez battling for it, and he drew the foul. Drew it on number 8, Umar Barry. So it'll be Atlantic City with the free kick. And it's Rodriguez on the ball. Header that time, just wide. That was by Gonzalez, who already has 3. Look at the pressure. They have just not been able to get the ball out of their defensive zone the entire game. Gonzalez. Bradshaw. As we said, Bradshaw may be the most efficient player. And that time, a good job by Warren, number 32, as he faked to go to that ball and just let it go out for the goal kick. It looks like Wokacha now heading out. As we said, head coach Andrew Catalan is going to be making wholesale substitutions here. The ball goes out. And we have to apologize. There are several players who are in this game who we do not have the numbers for them. Ficarado gets the ball out. Shot saved by Maddock. And he kept the ball in. That looked like that was Christian Hernandez that time with the shot. So a good chance by Lighthouse. It's a great long ball. And there's a trip. Gale down on the ground. As the keeper, Boyagange, gets carded for that one. Owen Edwards in the game, number 18. For Atlantic City, Rodriguez over the ball. Shot blocked. Look, Alex Lawrence, number 20, also into the game. There's a shot blocked that time by Gange. Oh, has he faced some pressure tonight? The one thing, despite being up 7-0, you know, you've seen no let up by Atlantic City at all. It's attack, attack, attack. And the play is getting a little chippy here as we get another card. I believe that was on Martinez. Yeah, these are the times actually when you're both teams, when the games can start getting a little bit out of hand. You have to be careful.
Goalie substitution. Matt Silitano replaces Zach Maddock in goal.
Matt Stellatano is now into the game. Cleary with the shot, that's clear. In goal for Maddock, and Stellatano is actually an assistant coach for the team, but he has had to suit up as a second keeper because the starter, Ryan Maroney, the St. Joe University product not here tonight. Boy, Sal Ficarado tried to make a run down that right side. We saw how dangerous he was when he hit the post, but he's had very, very little room to maneuver. Cleared away by another new player into the game, Tyler Wagner.
He won't do it.
Former Clearview product at Westchester now. Ficarada continues to hustle there and try to create plays, and he has created a corner kick for Lighthouse. And Sal will take that corner. Now it looks like his brother, Joe Ficarada, is going to take it. Head ball wide that time. That was by number 33, Jacob Evans. He was in a pretty good spot. But the ball headed wide. Ball sent in, but Gongay right there. Evans now goes the other way. Hernandez. Joe Ficarada tried to go with the back heel, passed it to himself. Still in possession, long shot wide. That's a good move, though. So the Ficarado brothers certainly continued to still play hard here in the second half. Boy, there's a nice battle there and a good defensive play. And there's a push that time. It's going to be an easy call. But a good defensive play by Anthony Kona, who stayed on the ball that time. Webb pushed the action. Gale. Over to the outside. Trying to go give and go that time, but a little bit wide. 77th minute, it's been all Atlantic City. Atlantic Atlantic City continues to put on the pressure, and that one's finally cleared away. Webb coming in for the throw. Stellitano gets to handle it. You know, it's interesting. He's the backup keeper. I asked Coach Nick Campbell who would be the backup keeper for Lighthouse. He says, well, we're not sure. And by the way, into the game, Zion Nawala Penja, number 7 for Lighthouse. He looks like he's playing up top there. Evans with some good ball work in the back. Look, every time a Lighthouse player gets the ball, it seems like 2 purple jerseys are there. There's a trip. It'll be Atlantic City. It was 6-0 at halftime. The Aces have added a goal here in the second half. With the score like that, play has been somewhat sloppy, to be expected. One thing that hasn't changed is how well Atlantic City has pushed the ball out from the back. There's Gale. Rodriguez. He scored the goal here in the second half. Switching fields beautifully. There's Webb on the trap. Atlantic City still controlling play. Gale. Cleared away. Rodriguez. Shot over the goal. We're in the 80th minute here at Stockton University. Atlantic City FC is going to improve to 3 wins, a loss, and a tie. At the midway, it'll be the midway point of their 10-game season in their first year in the League for Clubs. Atlantic City might be up by 7, but the continued pressure against the back line of Lighthouse has not ceased one bit. There's Cleary on the intercept. Gonzalez. How many times have we said that? Gale. Rodriguez lets it go. Wonder about Rodriguez. He's not afraid to tee it up, is he? And now there's a battle between Rodriguez and Barry. Barry number 8. That's going to be Christian Hernandez, who's been very busy, the Holy Family product, very busy taking these goal kicks tonight. Gonzalez. I think he's going to tee it up again. He does, just over the goal. Boy, Daniel Gonzalez has been all over the field tonight. Got things started by scoring the first 2 goals of the game in the 28th and 34th minute, and that's what got Atlantic City rolling. You know, the Lighthouse's credit, made some runs here. And again, what a defensive play by Cleary. I think if you're Lighthouse, I mean, you can see there's some talent on this team, but I think one of the things you want to work on is marking up tighter. Atlantic City has just had free reign for just about the entirety of this game. Webb. Stolen away. And by the way, into the game is number 3, Everin Bakar for Lighthouse. Gale, shot, save. I'll tell you, Gange's made some big saves here tonight for Lighthouse, or this one could have been worse. Gonzalez again, putting on the pressure. Webb, he'll switch fields. Actually, he went back, and then it was Cleary who switched fields. You love the way that defense does that very quickly. It's very unsettling for the defense. Gale. And was that Gonzalez in there tapping it in?
Another goal for number 21, Daniel Gonzalez.
So that's goal number 4 for Gonzalez.
Nice assist, Edwards.
You hear him all the way over there?
And a nice job by Owen Edwards setting up that goal as well.
Here we go.
You know, it's interesting, when you get to this point, sometimes people want to kind of be gunners and just take shots, but the passing of this Atlantic City team, been a lot of unselfishness here tonight. Here's Gonzalez again. There's Bradshaw, who's really, 28 has been a very unsung player tonight. We talked about how quickly he touches the ball and gets rid of it. I don't know if 28 has made a bad pass all evening. And there he goes again, making another pass. Rodriguez just missed the head ball in there. And it'll be a goal kick for Lighthouse. Lighthouse, as we said, coming off a 4-2 loss to Kensington. I thought I inadvertently said Kingston earlier, but it was Kensington. Wrong K. Well, 2 games against Lighthouse, and the margin is 15-1 for Atlantic City. Now, again, Atlantic City had come off that 3-0 win earlier over First State last Friday, so starting to put together some offense. That has been a question with this team early on. I'm really starting to get its confidence going, and I thought a real key, I mean, it happened way back, but was the way James Cahill carried the ball a lot in the first half. He was basically having free reign going down that left flank. Almost were able to send Gale in on goal. Tell you what, Gale just makes a lot happen. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So he said, wearing the unaccustomed number 9 tonight. Here's Rodriguez. He's had a big second half. Gale. Are they calling a corner kick here?
It wasn't his fault. He slide tackled. He tried to jump out of the way.
Hernandez is down. It looks like he's got a cramp. Remember, game time temperature was 81 degrees. It's had a lot of hot weather.
So it could be like, huh?
And that's it. The officials were keeping the time. And it looks like Hernandez is still on the ground there. But either way, a big victory for Atlantic City, now improving to 3-1-1. Its second victory in a row, has outscored teams 11-0 in the last 2 games, and has a big game coming up next Saturday at Kingston Stockade FC. That'll be a 6 o'clock game in Kingston, New York. The big goal scorer tonight was number 21, Daniel Gonzalez, with the 4 goals, including the first 2 of the game. And when he got that offense started, Atlantic City continued the momentum. So an impressive win tonight. There'll be a lot more difficult tests coming up, but Atlantic City starting to get a little momentum now as it tries to secure that Northeast Conference South Division. Now moves within a point of Kensington. It's 3-2-2, and also has 2 games in hand. So that's the final score here from Stockton. Atlantic City 8, Lighthouse nothing. Mark Narducci saying thanks so much for watching, and have a good night, everybody.